Japans Aktienbörsen sind wieder top. Der breiter gefasste Topix-Index hat jüngst auf einem 34-Jahres-Hoch notiert. Und so kommt unser nächster Gast zu dem Schluss. Wir sehen für Japan aktuell die beste Zeit seit dem Nintendo. Und das ist mal eine spannende Aussage. Herzlich willkommen, Thomas Page. Er ist Direktor Produktspezialist Aktien bei Ofi Invest Asset Management hier auf dem Fondskongress Mannheim. Warum beschäftigt sich ein französischer Anbieter mit japanischen Aktien und warum sind Japans Aktien aktuell so beliebt?
Hi Andreas. Actually, Japan equities are popular, that's right, but they are popular for long for us, actually. We are managing Japanese equities for like 20 years now in France. Even if we are French fund managers, we have a deep knowledge about managing Japan equities at the demand of huge insurers in France and in Europe 20 years ago. So we developed this deep knowledge and now they are very popular because of the performances of Japan equities, and we give access to other investors to our expertise we developed for so many years now.
Welche Perspektiven sehen Sie für die japanische Wirtschaft?
They are pretty good. Actually, that's true that the performances last years were very high. The Nikkei is at the highest peak for like 24 years. We have seen an important GDP growth last year, so that everybody is expecting an economic boost over there. That's really true because of the yen depreciation, so that the net trade is very good, a lot of exports, but household consumption is also very high. And last but not least, there have been many corporate governance reforms which has been implemented in Japan in order to increase the profitability of Japan equities. That's an opportunity for us.
Gibt es denn auch strukturelle Trends, die Japans Aktien stützen?
Yeah, there are many trends in Japan we should follow. As I said before, we have a 20 years expertise on Japan equities, so that we are following these mega trends to find the new stocks ideas, you know, for investments on the long term. So that we identified 3 mega trends: population aging, of course, production automation, and last but not least, the Asian middle class coming in Japan, because tourism is an important boost for economic growth in Japan as well. So that these mega trends are the core ideas of our investments in Japan.
Welche Rolle spielt der extrem schwache Yen mit Blick auf die starken Aktien?
It's important, of course. Last year, the GDP growth was supported by the yen depreciation, by the net trade, exports, and you know that Japan is focused on exports. It's supporting corporate profits, it's supporting Japan equities. So if the yen is depreciating, it's good for the country on the short term. But actually, even if the yen is hiking in the next quarters, in the next month, it's a good opportunity for foreign investors to be exposed to the Japan equities and the Japanese yen. So there are many boosts for GDP growth. The yen depreciation is one of them, but a yen appreciation could also be a very good opportunity for investors, as household consumption is still very strong over there.
Welche Branchen und welche Unternehmen sind für Sie in dieser Situation am aussichtsreichsten?
We have a cautious approach, providing a regular alpha to our investors, meaning that we have not a huge sectoral bias in terms of investments. But as we said before, we are also focused on selection ideas with mega trends. So that we are identifying these mega trends and we are identifying the sectors exposed to population aging, the sectors exposed to production automation, and the sector exposed to the Asian middle class. So that we are investing in real estate, in IT, in telecoms, in household consumption, which are the main sectors exposed to these mega trends.
Ihr Fazit: Warum sollte man japanische Aktien unbedingt im Portfolio haben?
after 3 decades, seeing the Japanese equities performing less than US equities or European equities, things have changed. Okay, but not only on the short term, thanks to the yen depreciation. Actually, the fact is, now we have an opportunity with corporate governance reforms to get profitability in Japan. On the other hand, we know that the yen plays a role in Japan, but we provide an hedged share class and an unhedged share class for our investors to be exposed safely to Japan equities in any yen situation.
Thomas, thank you very much for the interview. Thank you for your time. Have a good time here in Mannheim.
Thanks, Andreas.